Today we did a paint event at a home in Stouffville called Parkview, and we had 15 residents that live at the home, and we also had a church organization there. The young kids were volunteering, and I think there was about 10 kids, and they're probably about high school age, and there was 2 family members, and one of the family members brought her granddaughter who was 6 years old. So I invited one of the volunteers to help me do the steps at the front of the class. And it was great because, we did this swan painting, and, he'd never, drawn anything before, and he just went for it. And then he walked around and made sure everyone was, all hands on. And then there was this young little girl, she's 6 years old. Her name is Nicole. And I said, "Do you want to teach the paint class?" And she said yes. So I had her paint a cloud on the canvas and then show everyone the cloud that she painted, and she did really well. And I asked her, "How many clouds do you want to paint?" And she said, I said, "How many should we paint?" And she said 4. So everyone made sure they did their 4. This is 25, there's 25, 27 people there. They're all doing 4 clouds because that's what 6-year-old Nicole said. So that was adorable. And then she did all the steps, and the students all helped out. And at the end, the grandmother, she was just so happy, and so proud. You could just see. But this little one, man, she told me everything. I know that she has a kayak for kids, and they're going for dinner in Eastside Mario's, and it was just it was hilarious. And the great part was those residents just really love the young kids. I mean, I had the young one go around, and I said, "Okay, let's go around and make sure everybody's got their 4 clouds," right? And she just went around. I said, "Did everyone do it?" And she's like, "That one, that person still needs help." And it's okay. And it was really neat because it was just all these different generations, and we call it intergenerational programming in that industry, I guess you could say. And just seeing everyone just so happy. And then after all of the residents went back to their floors and home areas, I asked all the volunteers while hanging out in the activity room, and I said, "So, what did you learn today?" And it was just really amazing to see these young kids all talking together about, Sandy was like this, and I like talking to Sylvia, and I think, Margaret did pretty good. And they were just so into it. And, as someone who maybe has never worked in long-term care, it can be kind of interesting because you're in a home where there's people with different needs that you may have never seen before. So I really have to give it to the home for inviting the church organization in and giving those young kids something, an experience, right? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this story, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye.